All right. As your team endeavors to do nearly the impossible, beforehand, you managed to get out of the Underdark without too much of an issue. However, 2 of the 5 of you had been more or less marked by a strange creature that was summoned into, well, to guard the area. Linked through some process you're not fully aware of. Whenever one of you took damage, the other one did in turn. So that's not exactly that great. It took some trial and error to eventually find kind of a solution, which was to have Alpani cast sunlight on the individual to have the marks recede into the skin, at the very least. In fact, you're not even sure if that worked or not, because at that point in time, you've never used martial weapons. So, it could have worked, it could have not worked.
I know how to use martial weapons, thank you very much.
No. I mean, like, when the marks were showing, you didn't, like, try to prick your finger.
Oh, okay.
So, that could have worked or it could not have. Like, full disclosure. It could have, it could not have. You just never tested it when they were showing. Yes, you can use weapons. Anyways. Soon afterwards, though, you met up with the guild. Thane got his boat back. Most of the stuff back. Some weapons were missing. And then you went to go speak with the mayor. It didn't take that long to figure out that he's kind of dumb. Or at least very easily swayed, but also kind of dumb. His daughter was more or less the advisor. However, you also discerned that she was also kind of being manipulated in this part and regard. Heavily against Aster's own things, showing or at least seeing that many people took advantage of this because not really understanding the law. A lot of small companies got wiped out. However, then in turn, a man named Emerald from a different city itself gave them gifts to cause mind-altering effects. Soon after, you were able to discern, discover, and break that down. The mayor had something on him, but you never fully discovered what that was, but you destroyed whatever it was. So, I suppose it really technically doesn't matter. Maybe. You just never really know. However, the soon day after, there was talk about the mayor attacking someone. It was rather vague as you headed towards the sewers. Layla and Thane had a conversation, and Thane asked his wife if she would stay up here. Just watch the boat and be careful. Maybe just not wanting her to be lost in the underground again. And that's basically what happened. You got out.
I did tell her to stay in the sunlight.
To do what now?
Stay in the sunlight.
Oh, yeah. But as you got out of the Underdark, you went back in for no apparent reason. Well, no apparent reason other than to sink the city into the ground. What ramifications follow, we will soon find out. And that's where you start. Beforehand, I mentioned you guys went to the sewer grate you managed to locate before. It's how you got in the first time. And there was post, like something was going to get ready, but nothing happened. You don't know what was going to happen, but you managed to get down there once more. It doesn't take long for you to go further into the tunnel system sewers. Find that little crevice that you were able to get through the first time. And it takes a good couple of, like an hour-ish to climb down until you reach that shadowy area once more. I think one of you has superior dark vision. So you're right around 120 feet before you actually meet the thing.
Yeah, I can see through magic dark.
Yeah.
And 100.
Oh, forgot that guy.
So...
Oh.
Actually...
Pseudo Dragon's not here.
Okay, good to know.
I'm going to do this. Everyone has dark vision out to 300 feet.
Right, that's good to know. Aster, I think, was the main one that doesn't have dark vision.
Correct, though I do have 10 feet of blind sight, for what it's worth.
It's worth something. But dark vision does help.
300 feet of it, definitely.
But yeah, as you get to the shadowy figure, well, basically a tunnel system with shadows wrapped around it, thing you could tell beforehand that they were bubbles, so you couldn't really fully see through it, since it wasn't exactly magical darkness rather than a being in that form. You can tell that there are roughly 3 individuals like seeped into the shadows, like barely at the edge of your vision, but still visibly there, like in the middle of the shadows.
Do they see us?
They aren't making a move. They're like talking with one another. One of them's keeping an eye through the tunnel system, while the other 2 chat. Like they are halfway in the shadow, halfway out of the shadow, so you can see them.
All of us can?
Thane currently, unless you have superior dark vision.
Nope.
Well, wait, what's the distance of superior dark vision?
120.
Well, we all have 300.
How do you have 300?
Eyes
My
of the
ability.
night.
What now? You both talk at the exact same time.
Okay, let's clarify something. A dogma. Is this magical darkness that's covering them, or is it just regular darkness?
It's that bubble shadowed creature.
Right.
It's neither.
Okay, so that means everybody should be able to see them then.
They are 120 feet away. There's
And
still
everybody
darkness
has
in the
300.
tunnel. Why is it
Everybody
300?
has-
Please explain.
That's
Eyes
the
of
ability. That's the
night.
distance
Oh.
of the ability.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's way more than dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one of
the-
his abilities.
Oh, that's nice.
It's Twilight Cleric.
Okay.
He has it all the time. He has a 300 feet darkness all
Back.
the time. but he can share it.
At
with everybody.
300 feet away, you guys see this.
Yeah, he can share it once a day.
I mean, she.
Which
Once per
but
long
yeah.
rest.
Yeah, she has it pretty much by herself all the time.
That's good to know. Okay. 300 feet away, you see 3 individuals within this bubble shadow creature. Halfway in the shadow, halfway out, so you can see them. 2 of them are like more or less conversing with each other, while the other one's like looking in your direction, but can't see you. Because according to my notes, they only have standard dark vision.
So, do we want to set up my dome?
Well, what is your actual plan for down here?
I want to get this off of me and my wife. He said if we could trust the guy, we had to either kill the 3 of the sorcerers that summoned it, get it to unsummon and it'll leave, or we can ask them to. But I doubt we'll be okay with the fact that we killed that one guy, or you killed that one guy.
Placing blame, I see. You're not wrong, but placing blame.
Well, maybe they didn't like him.
It's possible, though I kind of doubt we would be so lucky.
So, I mean, we could dig a tunnel past these guys down to get into the area around the city and just sneak our way through the city itself.
But we've still got to find the sorcerers, well, the casters.
Yeah. And that's gonna be hard because this is a massive city. It was a massive city.
Well,
And
they're just standing in it over there, so maybe they know something about it.
Do
Or
any of
have
you
some
have
kind
the
of connection with the caster?
Do any of you have the observant feat?
Nope,
No.
I don't.
Okay. Then forget I said anything.
It's too late. We're all wondering why you were asking now.
Hey, if you could like read the lips or something. Generally, the only reason why I asked. But yeah, they're currently just talking with each other while you guys are more or less contemplating the deaths.
Well, see, what the reason I was thinking about bringing out the dome is if we get a little bit closer, I create the dome. It'll make it make it look like part of the wall. They can't see into it. We can have Alpani cast daylight inside it to get rid of my marks. I really need to test that out and see if magic still hurts with the daylight. Because I'm wondering if the daylight will negate the effects, and if it does, if we kill the creature, if that works. If not, I'm dead. My wife's dead.
We could try to negotiate for the curse's removal. They might not necessarily know that we're the people who killed that man.
True. But you also gotta think that other guy wanted us to kill the current leader of the town, and so they could put their own person in power. If they say the same thing, we're just back at square one. You know what I mean?
Why don't we try to find who's ever in charge of the city and negotiate with them, as it were? If you catch my meaning.
Yeah. But just think, you gotta be careful too. Things go bad, we're in the middle of the city. Surrounded. We might not make it out as easily as last time.
We could just start setting fire. What type of buildings do they use down here?
Most of them are made out of stone, clay, granite, composite materials. Like nothing heavily flammable except for maybe some framework here and there.
I mean, that won't stop me. I picked up an ability I've been working with.
I never said you couldn't do it. I'm just saying they wouldn't have a lot of wood down here.
I guess we could see about talking, but if they see the skin on me, they see the marks, they'll know that I have attacked.
Not necessarily. You just simply walked through it.
I don't have a problem dealing with this diplomatically to an extent. I just know from stories from Layla that they're not that quiet. They're not. So what you say? Big on us. surface. I mean, it's worth trying at least, and everything, but I also wouldn't mind just obliterating the whole damn city. But I'm not the best speaker, but if you want to talk, Aster, I mean that's fine.
I can give it a go.
I mean, just I know that I always we've got your back. At least I did.
I'm gonna start edging closer to see if I can't hear what these people are talking about.
Up. Let's see here. Vocal patterns are just not exactly they're being super
I'm gonna
quiet.
follow.
So you can get roughly around 100 feet, and I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll a perception check.
Did you hear me, Dogma?
Yeah, you're gonna follow. Rules still apply.
Fuck.
Glad to be here.
You guys get some like muffled sounds here and there, like it's hard to tell. Anyone speak Undercommon?
Yeah.
Hard to tell. It sounds like mumbling. Maybe because they're all wearing masks.
Speaking fucking French?
It's the first thing I thought of. No, they weren't speaking French. They might have been.
Bonjour.
Sound like they were. I know. But you can't really discern what they're saying unless you get closer. But then in turn follows closer and closer means potential being spotted.
Okay.
Okay. Like based off of what standard people can normally see, do you get to 60 feet or like a little bit more than 60 feet, like 70, 80?
Now, if we're just before we move forward, are we just wanting to listen in right now, Aster?
Yeah, I just want to see what's going on.
I can make it harder. We can still hear, but you won't be able to see. And I can make it to where they can't see us.
Sure.
Unless you want me to save my ability later.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go easy on your magic. We might be needing it.
Okay. Alright, never mind. We're proceeding.
Okay. You can just barely hear them right now. You can get closer. Like, you're within 100 feet, so how much closer do you get?
Oh, we'll get another 40 feet.
Okay, that's like barely before the perceptive range. So I'm going to use their passive perceptions right now. No, none of them should be able to see you. Okay. You get to roughly 60 feet before they can actually see anything. Go ahead. Welcome back. Thane and Aster are moving forwards to see if they can't hear anything. Okay, since you're very, very close now, and since this is more or less an audible cave and they're not exactly heavily whispering, go ahead and make another perception check. It shouldn't be that difficult, but It's still a roll.
God fucking damn it!
Okay, one of you got it. Does
The one that
Aster
doesn't
speak
speak
Undercommon?
Undercommon.
No, I do speak Undercommon.
Oh, you do?
Okay, cool.
Never mind.
In Undercommon, you hear a bunch of French, but it translates to...
I'm really down for French to be Undercommon. Thank you for that. That's perfect.
I only know so much French.
Are you British?
No.
Anyway.
Anyways, one of them does state, "Parlez-vous français? Oui, Thomas de But." And in translation, do you speak French? Now, they begin to speak. Boss is still writing up. And then the other one states, "Yeah, but don't worry about it. We're only here for like the next hour, so the next shift's gonna come in 30 minutes, so we can like bail before they actually get here." "Sure, that's a good idea," says the guy that's currently watching the tunnel but can't see you right now. "Oh, good idea or not, who's gonna say anything? It's our word against theirs, and we're the higher ups. The next group's gonna be a bunch of slaves." "Well, that's true. I suppose that's technically true, but they still have melee strength, so I don't know, just watch your back whenever you're going into the spiderweb's home." "Yeah, good luck with that one." "So how's the wife and kids?" "Don't have any." "Exactly. So you worry about yourself and I'll worry about myself." They're more or less shit-talking each other.
But the next guard shift changes in 20 minutes.
In an hour. In 30 minutes, they're going to bail.
Oh.
Because they're lazy.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that makes it super easy to sneak into the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. You maybe more or less trudge on back with the rest of the group. Do you tell them anything?
Yeah, they're gonna... We let them know that they're gonna do a shift change here
Yep.
in an hour, but they're gonna leave before that, and then we can just kind of walk in the city. Once we're in the city, I think it'll be a lot easier. We won't necessarily need to be sticking to the shadows or anything. We can just sort of look like we belong.
Well, you'll be like before the gate of the city itself. Like you're not in the city once you get through the shadow summon creature thing, but you'll be within that bordered area.
Oh, okay.
How are we gonna get into the city? Remember last time we needed a pass and we didn't have it.
You needed an emblem of a family, a pass of merchantry that applies to this area, and one other secret thing that you do not know. You could have potentially found it, but unfortunately things did not go the way they might have gone.
Scale the wall.
That's true.
Maybe we take out those guys and take their passes.
Think that I have one?
Well,
Wouldn't they be
we
specially
could
marked
question
for
them
them?
too.
I wonder if we can get them to come out of the darkness.
Maybe. But Alpani, you said something specific. What was that again?
So their passes, they might be specifically marked just for them, though. That could be an issue we run into.
Well, I guess it depends on if they're marked for them with magic or just mundane means.
We can check and see if they have any magic on them.
Because I believe some of us still have cloaks of disguise.
I think you gave those back. Unless someone decided to keep it.
Oh,
That
we
was-
gave them back?
Yoko and Aster would be the only ones that had those.
If your paper still says you have them, I guess you still
I
have
don't
them.
remember giving them back.
I would have given mine back because I think we ripped off Jean enough.
Well, Yoko was still using hers, so she would have kept it.
I guess Yoko still has it and owes Johnson money. That's neither here or there. You have one.
Okay, well, I guess that plans out.
Not necessarily, but I'm not going to give you hints here.
This is start on.
I think I asked before, but would I know anything about Drow society?
You know of the society that is above ground. Your home has a good amount of drow. You know that they serve an entity known as Lolth, the Spider Queen, an entity that was cast out from main elven society and were cursed with more or less tendencies to be evil. At least that's how the story goes. It's something that they don't generally like to tell people, so you don't really know too much other than that. You can tell that they are very light sensitive. So often than not, you see them with like parasols and things. And a good amount of them do have magic, mainly the females. While the males were always good with a blade, a sword, something to stab at. More than likely when you were growing up, one of your masters could have been a drow. So you know that the males generally carry blades while the women are casters.
They're carrying around parasols. They really are the French.
Not everyone, of course, can cast or use a blade, but that's generally how things go. And Drow society is generally a matriarchal society, so there's that as well. Thane would more or less know all this stuff already.
Well, another option is Alpani and I could try and disguise ourselves as drow women and try to bully our way inside with you two coming along as supposed slaves.
Do you think that'll work?
Not if I have to do the talking.
Yeah. Well, Yoko, you know that slavery is generally the Underdark Drow society. You do know that from time to time, consorts are a thing in your own social thing. So it doesn't have to be slaves, but it can be.
Perhaps you think them too beneath you and have me do the speaking for you?
How do you suggest we disguise ourselves? Because I have nothing for that.
At this point in time, you do see some of them getting ready to pack up stuff. They have bags here and there on the ground that they're more or less picking up. Not hurriedly, but they are picking them up.
I really should see about getting that spell for myself.
You do seem to like it, so.
Yes. So,
You see the middle.
with your
Go ahead.
propensity for with your propensity for honesty, I doubt we'd get very far with you speaking for me.
There's ways to talk around.
You currently see the middle guard like write something down with a purplish chalk, like on the ground, making some type of symbol.
Oh.
Okay. He finishes the symbol and like looks towards his two buddies, and they enter into the shadows. They're gone now.
All right, we can move forward and we'll deal with the next bit of issues as we come to it. Let's not try to plan too far into advance for something we know nothing about.
Or we could go back to the surface and try and actually come up with a plan.
Again, we don't have enough information.
Gonna...
Just in general.
Go ahead. It wasn't that long ago. Any one of you can roll history. DC 10.
Woohoo.
Yeah. Already blew it out of the water. You guys do know that this society has been here for quite some time, but not everyone knows about it or has dealt with it. The main people that have dealt with it are Aster's father and the current mayor. The only two people that you are aware that have dealt with it. While Aster's father has passed and hints of coming back, he might still have documents somewhere. The mayor is still alive. Maybe in jail, you're not entirely sure, but is still alive in town. While he is dumb, he doesn't forget everything. Like, he might have information you don't have.
Well, considering how little information we actually do have, that's not saying much.
That's fair. But you specifically have heard him state that I have to deal with the city and the things below. Less now since I've been stuck behind this chair. So you know he has dealt with this in the past.
Well, how do you think they feel about the mayor?
They wanted him
We-
dead.
Right.
Well, technically, he's out of power.
Yeah. I would also state that they did want him dead, but I think Thane opted to say, what about just out of power? That works too. I don't care how you get rid of him as long as he's not behind the chair anymore. Dead or
But
gone.
then we killed that guy, so we don't know if that was just a personal thing or if he was acting on behalf of the city
That is true.
or some
Well,
power
we
in
could
it.
approach with that in mind. Aster can talk around it so he doesn't lie. Basically say, we were asked to get the king out of power. Or not the
Mayor.
mayor out of power. No longer has power. Can we talk about getting rid of this? If they bring the mages there, they remove it, that's great. If they don't, Aster could have a it's a diplomatic conversation as the king of the overworld section. We could approach it like that. Could approach it as you being the king, wishing to have a meeting to renegotiate what your father might have been doing.
I can agree with that.
Let's do that. I mean, it's simple. There's no lying behind it. It's an actual option that you could renegotiate with them.
It is
because you're
skimming
now
the truth, but it is workable.
No, I'm not talking about lying. I'm actually talking about actually trying to negotiate with them, not lying.
No. I get that part. I'm talking about like, hey, we were told to get the mayor out of power. He's out of power. That is skimming the truth, but it is technically true, so it's workable.
Well, I thought we'd do that away. So I didn't ask
Oh, yeah, okay.
Ask the is. So, and he can't. We're his bodyguards. Want to try that, Esther?
If everyone is okay with it.
And then, yeah, I don't have a problem. I just want this shit gone for me and my wife so that we don't have to worry.
It seems really dangerous for the king of this nation to just show up on their doorstep with just the three of us
But if you think
wanting
about it,
to negotiate with them.
if he showed up with bigger, a bigger entourage, it might be seen as an act of war.
Well, if he showed up with an army, yes, but a
But
larger
also,
group than us, but smaller than an army,
didn't
wouldn't it just be a king and taking appropriate measures to protect himself?
But yeah, but you could also think, and I mean nothing by this, Esther. Didn't that other guy say that they made your father submit?
They did.
So you are just
They implied.
Yeah, you are just coming to, because he tried to attack, failed. You're just coming to renegotiate, not really renegotiate, but reestablish connection. You know what I mean? As the new, because they had the dealings with him. He's dead. Aston needs to reintegrate some of the stuff from his father. He didn't want to bring a big party, but he brought a few. I get what you're saying, but we gotta do something. We can't just sit here and twiddle our thumbs on for however knows how long. We've got to do something. I'm all for wiping this city out of existence, but I don't think everybody wants to do that.
I think you're the main one.
And I have ways to do that.
Is there any hurry in this matter? I just don't want to rush things if we don't have to.
If we get into a fight, and I've still got this on, even when my wife's not here, if I get hurt or hit by anything, there's a possibility of her getting hurt too, and I'd rather that not happen. So yes, there is a rush.
Right, but it isn't like gonna spread and take you over or anything. Like,
we don't know that. We don't know anything about this.
Do you want to see like a medicine check to see if it like spread further beyond what you've seen?
Why? I mean, I could just look over my body.
That's fair, but have you been like keeping an eye on things? Like, has it moved? Okay.
This is my sole. I mean, I rushed Aster into doing this. This was my sole goal. Get rid of this.
Okay.
So yes. I've been
From what you can tell, your arms, your legs, your stomach, wherever you see these more or less ink marks, they don't seem to have grown.
yeah, but we don't know what can happen.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, the simple thing to do is you guys go on and do whatever that y'all want to, and I'll deal with this in my own time. Y'all can go and deal with what's going on in the Ashen Kingdom and part ways. It's as simple as that. I'm not leaving this city until I've dealt with this. So, and Aster's got to be somewhere in 2 weeks. So, we need to get this done now. Or, y'all can leave, and I'll handle this in my own way. So, that's the choices.
I like the idea of presenting myself as a dignitary out here to renegotiate the terms of our accords. They might feel strange that I have such a small contingency with me, but if we back it up with power and words and actions and make it seem as though I am not afraid of them, then that is half the battle. Postulated strength is many times just as good as actual strength.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Aster and Yoko, you actually would be correct. You do know that from time to time when nobles, former or otherwise, and rich people go to visit someone or to talk diplomatically, they go with a contingency more than 3, but fewer than 100, so it doesn't look heavily terrible. More or less a squadron. I don't actually know the size of a squadron, but like 100 people. So when a diplomat goes, they have power to either escape or to, put up a fight. In this case, Aster's more or less verbose, not like he has the strength to back it up, but yeah.
And we have magic, and they don't know whether or not we can get ourselves out of Dodge pretty quickly or not. Well, they do because we fought some of them earlier. They know.
Yeah, like your bravado would definitely push things forwards if need be.
They've seen me use magic, so they know I have ability.
Yeah, you might not intimidate everyone, but you would get like a few people that aren't really sure of you guys, so it could work.
They know I have the ability to use magic. If Aster uses his stature and overwhelming presence, and he's the king, and then they see me, who has used magic in front of some other people, this small of a party shouldn't be too much of... They would question it, yes, but they shouldn't question it too much for the fact, okay, this guy is very strong, he's also got a magic wielder. He has...
I like how you're arguing with me when I'm stating the exact same point.
I'm talking to Raucus.
Okay.
Well, considering we know that they have magic, just based on what we've encountered so far, I highly doubt they'd leave their leaders or any dignitaries that would speak with us susceptible to magic wielders of any sort. So I don't think we should count on that too much.
No, the idea is to give them what you were saying about being such a small party. He has someone with him that he feels can deal with stuff.
You do see 3 other figures, can't see you, coming through the shadow in the exact same positions the other 3 guards came from.
Oh, these guys got tokens. They're important.
I thought these guys are slaves, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, do we go back up to the town and get some guards? I mean,
No,
what do you-
let's advance. I say let's advance with the dignitary plan.
That's a cool token, to be honest. So, are we going? We're just gonna approach?
Well, I suppose. Though, if this goes poorly and we survive, I will say I told you so.
You'll be within your right to do so.
I mean, okay, then, quick, before we go, what else? He's gotta be back in the capital in 2 weeks. I'm not leaving until this is taken care of. What do you want us to do?
Well, we find some other way of trying to approach them and figure out what's going on. Perhaps if we're gonna go with the dignitary plan, how would a king be expected to go about doing something like that? Would he just show up out of the blue, or would he send a messenger first?
I'm pretty sure.
Depends on what his intention is. If he's trying to make a statement, then showing up out of the blue is an option.
But I'm pretty sure that Astra's father, I mean, I don't think most of the people knew about this. So I'm pretty sure his father didn't openly send messages to these guys saying, and shit, you know? Unless that's public knowledge, I don't know. But we could go back up the surface, try to gather as much information as we can. But how long will that take? People have got to go through things and stuff, and he's got to be in the capital. I'm not leaving this town until we get this finished, because there is no telling what's going to happen in the town with the shit that we've learned.
Astra's sister has already been looking into things.
I didn't think she was into this city.
Astra asked.
I
So
did.
far, she was only able to find that one name. But it's been 24 hours.
Well, what do we do? Do we go now, or do we... what?
I'll message my sister and see if she has any. I figured she would let me know if she found anything interesting, but I feel like Dogma's hinting to have me ask, so.
The main reason why is, like, you get a phone call while you're hiding and da-da-da-da. I just didn't want that to happen.
That's literally the plot of Metal Gear Solid.
It is.
And the sending stones don't make loud noises like that.
Now,
Dogma.
I know.
Unless they do.
You don't know. They don't. But they do vocalize the speaking. Not heavily, but, you know, if there's someone there that also needs to hear things. But you're Nintendo. I was just messing with you. Yeah, you go around the corner to try not to have a line of sight here. So further than 300 feet, it's not like they're going to go anywhere. And you begin to call your sister. It doesn't take that long until she answers. Oh, I actually was going to call you a little bit later, but is there something you need?
I was wanting to know if you, had found any information about the Undercity.
A bit, yes. It took some digging, though. We were also going to make the calls to the main 10 cities earlier this afternoon, so if you do get a call then, just know that it's that one, if you intend to pick it up. Otherwise, you already know the message. But anyways, she like rifles through some papers until she finally gets them. Alright then. From what we can tell, Father and a few other people only knew of this information. One of them was the former head of the church, which has been disposed of since the new policies have been placed in order. And another one was this Dark Shadow, the one I mentioned beforehand. He seemed to be the person, the in-between person, here and there. I also know that they spoke with one specific individual. I don't know if this is a moniker or anything that notion, but they are known as the Silvers. It seems like some sort of family name. They have a crest in the emblem of a sword and a spider crawling down it.
Can you tell if this is like the ruling family or
It might be
just
one
a-
of them. I'm not entirely sure. But I can tell you that they have been in contact in various different spots. From what I can tell on these ledger books, they seem to be a export and import documents. And she goes on to tell you a few other things here and there, but from what you can discern, what your father more or less agreed to was to have a access point to various points within his own kingdom, so they don't have to like secretly go about things. They were basically exporting things through the underground tunnel systems, having his own guards around so no one messes with these areas. So basically, he was providing a transit area as well as paths so they can easily go through without issue or trouble. Could have been various things that they were transporting, but that was the basic ley line. The basic workings of both of their parties agreeing to. She then continues. Due to these workings, we also had a good amount of sums into our treasury coming in from this source, but it seems to have been worked into various other sources, so no one could really discern where this money was coming from.
Thank you.
Of course. Again, in about 2 hours, we are going to call the individuals with the sending stones within the school network, and then to get the diplomats into the capital in 2 weeks. If you need more time, just let me know beforehand.
No, that should be plenty.
All right. It is roughly 2 weeks. Well, a week and a half. Because I made the map shorter. From where you're at, so do be careful not to take too much longer.
That shouldn't be an issue. The teleportation circle in the port city should be functional soon.
Good. From what we could tell, a lot of them were being shut down for maintenance not that long ago. So hopefully that's been taken care of. And this is the first time you've actually heard of that. So not just this city, but other cities as well.
Interesting.
I suppose I'm not really heavily into enchantment-based magic. But again, just let me know if you need anything else, any other information. And hopefully you haven't picked up another woman during your travels. She jokingly laughs.
Not yet.
Do you want to lie or don't you want to lie?
Wait, did I pick up another woman?
1 second. And yes, it's Thane's wife.
Oh, I suppose. I didn't think that would count. So, I didn't mean to lie.
I know.
Oh, Layla and Alpani.
But that's not the way your sister would see it. No, you're fine. I'm just messing with you. That being the case, though, you more or less talk a little bit and then hang up. Give me 1 second. I need to go do something right now. I'll be right back.
Same, I'll be right back. Let him know.
Oh, has Aster literally picked them up at all?
And I'm back.
Is that Akios gave me advantage on my next initiative roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I miscounted. It's 33.
That doesn't make it any better.
All right, we're doing this.
Dogma, did you see my question in chat?
Uh,
I would have mentioned that the next group would be slaves.
from what you can tell, one of them is a Katsune, the one in the middle. The other two, you're not entirely sure. One looks like a hybrid of some type of wolf creature, which in itself could be, but it is not. It just doesn't have the same feeling. And the other one seems to be maybe
Murder
a
child.
13-year-old kid with like gleaming yellow eyes.
Vampire.
Yeah, demon child.
Vampire.
It's the little girl from the Black Brotherhood in Skyrim.
You're not wrong. But also no. But yeah. After you guys, what you do?
Okay, well, I'm going to start approaching them.
Okay. Up to what point? Until they can actually see you, or
8, I guess.
Formulate a
Yeah.
plan, try to execute the plan, throw the plan out the window.
Well, situation changed.
so what was the distance again?
50 feet.
Okay. So at 50 feet, they can easily, if they couldn't perceive you, they could easily smell you. They look towards you, and the one in the middle does state,
I can smell you.
anyways, the one in the middle does state, halt and identify.
I'm Yoko. Are you 3 slaves here?
You do look at the one with like grayish hair. While it's not depicted in this token, you do see that there is a barbed collar all over around his neck. All 3 of them have it. Yes.
That's going to change. Who put those on you?
Oh no.
You do see the gray-haired individual does state, the Silvers. Papers and identification, please.
Do they have any magical effects on you?
You do see that the one in the middle does state, they do. Now, please, we don't want to do anything to you. Papers and identification. We can't ask another time.
Going with her, bastard.
Beltane,
Yeah?
do that trick you did last night.
No.
Excuse me. What I think my friend here means to say is they're with me, and I'll present my royal crest ring.
Okay.
I mean what I said.
Yeah, Yoko doesn't stink. That's true. Even though none of you have technically canonically bathed. Some of you have gone to the bathroom, though. Close enough.
At the very least, I smell like medicine.
Yeah. Anyways, you present your signet ring, and let's see if any of these guys know. I don't see why they would, so disadvantage. No, that's being mean. DC 13, just straight up luck. I'll do it for 3 of them, so you have chances. Good odds. Good odds. 17. Okay, one of them knows. Another one knows.
Yep.
Other one knows.
Yep.
That does make sense. Two of them are like consorts, so that tracks. Yeah. The one in the middle does state. Signet ring from the top. Very well then. Hopefully this qualifies as papers. Alright then. Business or pleasure?
Business.
Name, affiliate, and associate within the city.
The Silvers.
Name, please?
Mine?
Yes. We would need to verify with them.
Altor.
Using your last name. Good job. Good job. You do see that the one in the middle looks towards the girl. She nods towards him and she goes back into the shadows. And before she completely like dispels within the shadows, not being able to be seen anymore, you can tell that she was more or less turning into the shadows itself. Then she's gone. It'll be about 10 minutes. Please wait here. I would advise to be careful. Right now we are on watch for dangerous individuals within the area. Keep that in mind. Everyone is on higher.
Yes, we've heard about that.
I don't want you to roll deception. You're already doing it. You're fine. He nods. Because you could have.
Well, technically we didn't lie about them, because technically it could be us they're talking.
I mean, it's probably us. We did kill that other guy.
That is true. But 10 minutes later.
We could just play it off that he insulted the king.
Maybe. I don't know. But 10 minutes later, the young girl comes back, looks towards the one in the middle, and nods. How the girl disappeared. Kinda, yeah, except for the deuces. But anyways. She does return back without too much of a delay. Nods towards the one in the middle. He nods in turn. He looks towards all of you. Very well then. An escort will meet you at the west gate. Please proceed with caution. And do be careful. He then gives you each a piece of paper and a marker on it. He then tells you, please place your palm upon the mark. This will signify your papers within the city limits. Granted to you by the Silver family.
Is there anything else on the papers? Like,
it looks like an emblem with like a small little square in the left-hand corner that has nothing on it.
go ahead and place my hand on it.
As you do so, the magical, well, not magical, but the script on the piece of paper begins to like more or less envelop your palm. And then you see like a portrait like being formed in that one empty piece of square. And that's it. No curse. We literally documents.
Alright.
Well, seeing that that Aster survived it seemingly okay, I'll do the same thing.
Same thing. It begins to swirl around your palm and then forms a portrait in the corner. And your paperwork.
Pawnee will do it next.
Same thing happens.
Okay.
I'm assuming Thane does it or like pretends to.
Oh, I said I did it earlier.
Oh, for some reason I didn't hear you. That's good. You do it. It happens. I'm going to mess with Alpani. Alpani's paperwork looks like half her lids are like half open, the other one like heavily open. Like someone took your your photo and it looks very awkward. That didn't actually happen. It'd be funny if it did. But they do step to the side once you have been cleared.
So, does it show Aster's face or his mask?
It show. Oh,
Oh,
that is a good point. Let me look at my notes. Identifying them at their base. Okay, yeah, it would show Aster's form underneath. I'm gonna roll right side or left side because it also shows the current way they're showing themselves. Aster, which one is your non-perfect side?
The non-perfect side is the right side.
Okay, so evens, perfect side, odds, other. Other. The other side has like half the face more or less missing. The muscle tendons underneath fully visible, bone structure there. It does not look great. The other side has like his mask and his current armor set. Not the best photo, but it is a photo. But they do allow you to pass through if you decide to pass through.
Might you direct us to the House of Silver?
I'm afraid we have to be here, guarding the entrance. Well, one of 4 entrances. I do apologize for this.
Can you point us in the right direction?
He tells you the same directions you already know. However, it goes through a tunnel system first before you just drop into the ground. Like, the direction he just give you is quite good. Instead of just, like, flopping into the ground, you bear a left, go right, enter the 3rd tunnel system, and then continue on to a little bit of time, and then you'll get at the very entrance of the west gate. Like, more or less 100 feet away from it. He then tells you, but other than that, do not worry about the shadow. Without any documents, you should have to worry, but with them, you should be fine. It is the safeguard we have here.
They see the splotches all over me. Have they noticed that?
Have you, like, been showing them? Like, you have a lot of garments.
But you said it got on my face too, so.
Hold up, her down.
I'm not covered up. I'm not changing anything.
Do his spots show up on his photo?
They do. And I'm going to do it this way. You can tell that they have noticed it ever since you got here. That's a good point thing. Thank you for reminding me. But none of them say anything.
They don't get paid enough to care.
Sure, you can go with that way. It's more like you might be one of a familiar consort or whatever from the Silver family. If they like more or less point things out or like are disruptive in any cultural way or potentially political way, they could be punished.
Let's go.
So it's like they notice, they don't say anything. They might have reported it to the Silver family, but you guys have been granted access, so they may not care. Maybe.
Onward to victory.
Okay. As you begin to make your way through the tunnel system, you easily find it since, well, you've been given directions. Unfortunately, they did have to do their job, and if they did leave their post, they'd be severely punished. So, thankfully, no one argued, or else he might have died. But you don't know that, truthfully and honestly. But you managed to get here without too much of an issue, and roughly at 100 yards before the west gate, you do get out of that tunnel system. And because you have so, like, superior vision, you can see that there are like 5 guards instead of the 2 that were standard beforehand. But by the time you get there, do you like begin to like show your paperwork, or do you like present yourselves like out of my way?
I'll hold the paperwork up as we approach.
Okay. You hold it up, and because these people, yep, silver guards, I note it, open the gate, and begin to go to the right and left side of you. Not like flanking you, but, moving away. One of the guards does spit at the ground near your feet. Third house on the left. Don't be late. You enter inside without too much of an issue, and do you follow directions, or do you, like, disperse into the city?
I don't have anything I need from here, or want from here, really, so I'm just moving towards third house.
Okay. As you enter inside, you do see a good amount of drow people here, and, like, humanoids. There's a monotonous crew, but you don't see a lot of females out and about for some particular reason. A lot of male drows here and there. A lot of males actually on the street, but not like that many females. Reasons for that, but either way. You get to the third house, and there you see a giant mansion. It isn't exactly hitting the roof, but it's very tall. When you get there, you do see an individual in front of you. Very dark complexion, very pointed jawline, and looking towards you and seeing who you are. They were already expecting you, so they open the door without too much of an issue. They then state, "The madam of the house is on the second floor. If you need guidance, just let me know. Do not tarry." Does anyone else go somewhere else and burn the house down?
I mean, everybody.
Yeah. Does it have an armory?
Oh god.
When you like get into the house, you do see like various places here and there. The front area, to the north, you do see like a staircase leading forwards to where you need to go. To the left, you do see a sign that says armory and weaponry. To the right, you do see dining hall.
What language is it written in?
Undercommon and common.
Okay. No, I'm just gonna go with Aster.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba. Silver's matriarch. Okay. You go to the second floor without wandering too much. There you do see two other guards like stationed, but open the door without too much of an issue. Inside you do see a study. It's not anything grandiose, but the ambiance is grandiose in itself. You do see a chair, a desk, the standard kind of things, light fixture, but each of them are equivalent to a lot of money. If I have to put it in value, probably each thing you see inside is at least 100 gold, if not more. The desk itself is probably worth its weight in gold. But she looks towards you, and she does like gesture towards the 5 chairs, because she was expecting maybe someone else as well. In front of her, while she's behind the desk itself, already sitting down. Do come in. Pull up a chair if you have to.
Lady Silver, I presume?
I'm gonna kind of just follow behind Aster, like flanking it, like acting like a guard.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got my pipe lit, and I'm smoking. So occasionally a little skull will like float from the smoke.
No, you guys are doing good. I'm not going to chastise you for this. You would so not do that, especially as a guard. It's fine. Silver looks towards all of you.
You don't know how different guards work.
If you're being political, you definitely wouldn't be smoking. Unless she offers.
Don't know customs.
Unless they offer.
I'm not going off their customs.
She just looks like down upon you. Not in high favor, but that's not important. You're not the one she's going to be smoking with.
He's a guy, so she probably didn't look at him regard him very highly to begin with.
There it is.
Neither here nor there. Anyways, Silver.
Yoko's the first to die when my revenge takes place.
Silver looks towards Aster. Yes, and I presume you are the new heir to the kingdom. I did hear rumors, but I always did think your brother would be the one to take charge.
As did he.
Yes, I did hear about his untimely demise while in the jail cell. Very good. It wouldn't be wise to do that publicly. So, what brings you here today?
I understand that the previous king had some arrangements with you.
Your father, yes, of course. I know not much about your relationship, but since I've never met you, I assume it's estranged. So do tell me what you know, and I'll cover any other topics you might have missed.
He came down here seeking glory and found none. That he was under this place's control.
There's one word for it. More conquest. And no, he wasn't in control, but he was bending an arm here and there. After all, we had given him a little gift, and he in turn provided service. I'm assuming you're aware of this gift?
Oh yeah, I know Yoko.
I do not think I am.
It's to be expected from you, but no matter. He came here seeking dominance, enslavement, and power. He found none but one after we offered it to him in exchange for goods and services. He requested to be in contact and to summon a demon within his own body. Or a devil. I'm not exactly sure which one he chose in the end. But it was quite some time ago. I suppose roughly... How old is Aster, by the way?
I believe I have it written down. Aster is 22.
Roughly around 24 years ago. When he was still in his prime. I assume. Can't really tell. But in exchange for that power we granted him, he provided transport routes and the like. It wasn't the only thing he asked for, but it was the starting point of our relationship. So I take it you've come here to request something, or perhaps renegotiate since you are the new individual in charge. Oh, and your associates are allowed to speak. That one has already taken liberties. But it's not like I expected anything better from them. Talking to Thane.
Speaking of, we ran into a bit of a problem with one of your securities on the way in.
How dreadful.
Yeah, let him go.
No, shut up, Yoko.
I don't have them. Can you be more specific on what happened?
Would you be ever so kind as to remove?
I'll pull the hood down a little bit to show the splotches.
I thought you said you didn't have a hood on.
No, I did not say I didn't have a hood on. I always have my hood on, but my face is always visible. I don't have it like pulled forward, covering everything.
Okay, then she would have
Like
already seen
hiding.
the splotches.
Okay, yeah.
That was
It's
the
like in
main
the
thing I was
picture.
asking. Yeah.
I
okay.
don't. The picture, you can see the face. I'm not overly hiding my face.
Okay,
ever.
that was the main thing I was asking. Like hood up to
No.
hide or hood down because you don't care. Okay, hood on,
Hood up,
face is always
not
revealed.
hide.
She could see it, so you like remove it a little bit more, like so she can fully see it. Well, security is there for a reason. I assume you did something most deplorable, or at the very least illegal.
Spooked. It spooked. And I attacked it out of self-defense.
Go ahead and roll deception. Disadvantage.
I'm not technically lying.
You are.
No, I'm not. I attacked it last time because it did something to us.
Then persuasion still disadvantage. Oh, then that's... Whoa! Nice, man! I was about to say that. Not a 20 would have been great. Oh, but you got two of them.
Holy shit.
Well, I don't trust this one. Can I assume my security that you dealt with can verify this? If it can, I will easily dispel this little problem. I'll have my summoner remove it.
I don't know what else your security would say, but
Well, they have been missing for quite a few hours.
the ones that don't care to be at their assigned posts.
No, the one you said you had issues with. And then you found the guard dog that got spooked, and you attacked.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, the security that we had issue with is
was the guard dog.
But there was a guard watching them when you first entered the city itself. So long as he can verify it, I can easily have it removed.
There were 3 guards. There earlier when we came in.
That is not the one I speak of. You would be hard to miss them. Large brimmed hat, eye-patched eye, pirate kind of feeling.
Please tell me Thane isn't wearing the hat.
No,
no.
Thane has the hat like in pocket somewhere.
No, I left the hat on the pirate ship.
I don't remember you saying that, but that's fine.
I mean, I would have because I'm not gonna carry around this stupid pirate hat.
Again, that's fine.
Oh, that individual. Yes, I'm aware of them.
Yes, simply have them be here, verify this, and good to go.
Unfortunately, they operated without your permission, I'm assuming, and approached me with an offer to which I took a great deal of exception with.
Implying?
He's not talk toable right now.
To retrieve him with a bag of some sort.
No, you can't. At a game, Yoko burnt the rest of his body away.
That was Alpani, I thought.
No, that was Yoko.
That
Or
was
lack
Yoko.
of, perhaps.
Well, 10 hours should suffice. Bring their... whatever remains of them. Dead or alive, I am assuming this is what you mean. We'll have someone necrotically bring them back to life. And then once he verifies this, we can have your, I'm assuming, bodyguard cleared up of this mess.
I am not
So,
going to fetch your manservant. That is beneath my station.
Well, then have one of your other people carry them. That is why you bring them, don't you? So you don't have to lift a finger?
Are you not the one with slaves?
Yes, but this is your responsibility. Why would I have to clean up after your mess?
Why would one of your manservants go off on his own?
Exactly. Right now you are in my favor. Let's keep it that way, shall we?
Why am I in your favor?
Simple. New potential negotiations. And that man requires my services. You've
what?
misplaced, let's go with that word, my former guard. And by the looks of it, you yourselves either don't want to find him or choose not to look for them.
No, he's like gone. Very gone. Like
There's no remain.
not around at all in any form.
Ah, you incinerated him. Or other. That is perplexing. I can't make a move without actual evidence in your favor. And that would either be a witness within our own ranks or someone within our own thrall. Perplexing.
Perhaps I can help with this.
By all means.
Do you need it? Let me, hold on. No, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing.
You then state, never mind. That's quite alright, dear. We all make mistakes. And immediately, Thane and Aster, you can tell that Yoko and Alfani have been getting way more favorable attitude from her. That's it.
It's because they're women.
Yes.
So,
Let me be incredibly clear with you, Lady Silver. I am not my father. I do not make deals with demons, devils, or slavers.
And why come down here? Other than, quite literally, to make a deal with a fiend, demon, or devil, or slaver. That is why you're here, to protect your servant, is it not? Or are you demanding?
I am demanding. Seems you smart enough to figure it out.
And I believe we are done here. If you offer no services, then why should I offer services to you? You are free to go, so long as you don't make an uproar. You are the king, after all, and I'd so hate to go to war for this. Unless you actually want services rendered, and such as that would require payment. And that goes for all of you as well. Any of you can pay.
Lady Silver. Cure my consort, or there will be war.
I don't care what you want. Nothing in this world is given freely.
no, nothing is given freely.
You do see that the doors then open, and the two guards do open the doors for you. Doors right there, unless you actually have something to offer.
I can offer war.
Congratulations. Seeking your own people's deaths. Not exactly the smartest king now, are you?
Nothing ever.
Thane, you keep cutting out, or at the very least, I can't
I
hear
said
anything.
Thane's going. No, he's got the pipe in his mouth while Aster and just says, "Nothing's free in life." Isn't that right? Isn't that what you said, Miss Silver?
Oh, goody. You have a parrot instead of a consort. Yes, that is what I said.
Give me 1 second. I actually got raided. Be right back.
No problem.
Let's see. What time is it? Did we want to take a 5-minute break real quick?
Yeah, we can take a break while he does that. Okay.
Because what I'm about to do.
We'll probably go into combat. Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
All right, 5-minute break. Be right back.
I'm gonna throw my jacket real quick, but I'm gonna hop on voice, and I did want to. Yeah.
Yoko's a kitsune.
Yep.
Aster's just human. What is Thane?
Thane's human.
Human.
You know, the Drow are a cutthroat enough society that if we kill enough heads of the households, they'll probably collapse into their own power vacuum even harder than we did upstairs.
Alright, are we starting back, Adogma?
Almost.
Okay.
Generally didn't expect this. So just making a terrible map.
You didn't expect us to pick a fight with the slaver lady?
When I've specifically said that's my whole plan.
Not
but I
in
wanted to
this
give
way.
I
You'd
would've
be
been
more
off to the
covert.
side.
Let's see here. Chair. Chair.
I wouldn't be sitting down.
Corner table. I can't find the guards, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just use generic guard token.
Incy beansy teeny weeny.
Okay, again, room smaller than it's actually supposed to be, so 5 feet is actually 10.
Right. So, are we starting back?
If everyone's ready.
I just
Yep.
start looking around the room. And you said everything's looked expensive and exquisite, right?
Yeah.
Nice. What? You've got a nice collection here. I see.
Has nothing to do with this conversation.
Oh, it has everything.
You're so insistent about us offering you something. How about I offer you this? You get to keep your life if you release your slaves.
I don't really get anything out of that. We have plenty of people that can resurrect someone. But I do thank you for that qualifier.
Well, it's time to put them to work then.
I cast hold person on her.
Immediately you see one of the guards try to dispel it.
I'll counterspell the dispel.
The counter is countered, and the whole person goes through. It was honestly beneath her to raise her hand, so she would not have thought of it. Ba-ba-ba, whole person!
Please
Good
have
job.
a high DC.
I have a 16. It's the highest we can get at this level.
Okay.
She fails.
Wisdom. Okay.
Ah, balls.
Not showing you modifier 2, even with modifier. It is me. Like, She thought it was beneath her, like, to even raise a hand against you. It's like, what's the point? My guards have this, and immediately counter. Thing holds person on Madam Silver, and she is held.
Oh, the guards have to hold it too, because.
Oh, you upcast it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All three of them.
Good to know. Guard 1, guard 2. The guy that got countered now into 20. The other guard's held though. Oops, he's dead.
And I'm gonna jump over this table and try and kill this lady.
You're gonna have to roll a turn order. I probably should have done that beforehand because you literally threatened her, but I like this more because it gives you a chance to survive.
I'm rolling at advantage because of Alpani's blessing.
Yep. You mentioned this before.
And they all got zeros.
I'm rolling. They all didn't do that right.
And only rolled 1.
Yeah, initiative's weird like that. Even if you turn on advantage, it still only rolls once.
Well, you're 1 higher.
I'm sorry.
Alpani, what's your dexterity modifier?
0.
Okay, Silver goes before you. Okay, changing this melody into what?
Murder melody.
Do I have murder? No, I don't.
She's paralyzed, so you have isn't paralyzed auto crit?
Yep. If you attack her in melee.
Attack, hit, auto crit. Yeah. I'm just gonna
Yoko.
pick on encounter.
Burn it all.
Oh, that is.
You know, that brings up a good question for me, actually. Saving throws.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. Automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws.
Yeah. But go ahead, Yoko. You all rolled poorly. Not that it matters. They rolled.
Hey, the enemies also rolled poorly.
Yes,
this
I
is
know.
low in-
I just said that.
Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing to go first with a 12.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, for Silver it makes sense because she's not currently mobile. I can't blame you guys, and the guards are just so bad. Yeah, go. You have to bat first.
Well, as I said, I'm going to jump over the desk and try to cut her up.
Uh-huh.
And where is it?
Okay, hold person does hit, so go ahead and roll low damage again, unless you already did that.
Yeah, because all of your shit's doubled. All dice is doubled because of crit.
Okay, I'll just adjust this real quick for... Does that affect my
Flame blade,
blue
yeah.
flame blade cantrip too? Okay.
Pretty sure.
It's all dice rolled. Attack.
$14, 18, 29, 39, 40, 45. 12 does not hit unless that's damage again.
Oh, that should be an advantage anyway.
Is that damage or is that 12 rolling dice?
Well, why is it a green?
That's what I'm asking.
Because I
Why-
adjusted the crit range, so it would auto roll the.
Oh.
I'm assuming it doesn't get consumed, or else you need it again.
No,
No.
it's not consumed.
Okay, good.
Usually with summoning spells, their components not consumed
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of the time.
You summon a visual form of the fey creature. It pounces in and like renders into silver. She is almost dead. I should not have nerfed her skills, but that's neither here or there. With a good rendering, she is close to death's door if she takes a pretty good hit.
Quick question. A dog.
How's that?
How long have you been playing with us?
Dude, I've never run dual class campaign before. I forget what it's called.
Gestalt.
Gestalt.
Oh, bonus action. This is actually to help everyone else out.
Yep.
Hawk
Wow.
Spirit,
A lot of text.
advantage. So
Advantage on the attack.
it's a 30-foot radius aura.
I don't even see Fox Spirit. Oh, or did you say Hawk?
Hawk.
Okay.
Ah,
And
Aiding inside attack rolls against spirit or reach grain advantage. They already have advantage, but she might break away. Have wisdom perception advantage. Okay.
she might break away.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
When the
I got-
paladin is next up.
Well, I
Uh,
would move down here past Thane. You can be the meat shield.
Yep. Run around. Aster gets on the table.
I do not deal with slavers, and I'm literally punching down.
Pa, pa, pa. Okay. You have the high
It's
ground.
an automatic crit. It's an automatic crit. Smite
you
that
hit.
bitch.
I wanted to make the punching down joke. That's the only reason I'm on the table.
I know.
Well, considering how tall Aster is, that's almost always the case anyway.
Drow are pretty tall, but it doesn't matter. Has the high ground. And go ahead and 2 advantage. I guess it already you rolled the dice for you. 15, 19.
Yeah. It should have.
Yeah, okay.
Because he
Punch
critted.
in pretty good, but it's not quite dead just yet. I'm assuming you're like martial training stuff.
This is a first level smite.
Oh, okay. So let's see here. 15, 19, 21, 23, 28, and 35. Let's see. You are 5 over. So I guess, how do you want to take her down?
Did anyone here
Show
play
her what
Mortal-
happened to the guy in the cave.
anyone play Mortal Kombat X?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Oh,
I
shit.
do the Jax finisher where he pounds their head into their torso.
With a massive crack, this woman's head like caves into her very being. I think you have like 2 more attacks somewhere.
Which one of the guards is paralyzed? I guess I can reach both of them, so it doesn't matter.
You have advantage. I can give you
Anyways.
advantage on this one.
On only one attack, right?
No, you
yes.
have it.
Only
Uh,
one. I mean, you could hit them both, right? You have 2 attacks left.
I'd need to action search. I only have 2 attacks. I have to action
Oh,
search to get my
okay.
other attack.
Yeah, that's my bad.
No, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how tough the one is. I'll throw Haymaker Punch at the already paralyzed one.
That'd be the left one. 20 does hit. You take a haymaker straight into his side for 12 points of damage, and you can tell that he is hurt. He's not exactly dead.
That's the crit.
You like heavily push in more of your damage into it. So total of 12, 17, 19. Hitting him hard. He's not dead, but he is hurt. Not bloodied just yet.
I use my bonus action to restrain the not paralyzed one.
Is that considered an attack roll?
I would save your advantage.
Yeah.
And you're
Okay.
using this how?
This is restraining strike.
Yeah. I'm assuming you used your bonus action thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to beat a 30.
Can do it with a natural 20. That's a 19. Bonus, not even close to 30.
And then I'm gonna action surge and just punch the paralyzed one more.
Which one? Oh, the paralyzed one.
The
Okay.
the real paralyzed one.
Okay.
That should be an advantage, my bad. But I assume that hits.
24 does hit.
Nice.
26 does hit.
And 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll throw on a first level smite. And a trip attack. I just
All
wanted
the
to see how
dice.
many d8s I could roll. 10,
All of them.
25, 28, 31, 34, 35, 39, 46, 54, 55, 57, 60 on the dot.
Total damage or the current damage pool?
Damage from that attack.
Okay, cool. Paralyzed guy's dead. He only had 70. So with a lobbed shot of again and again and again, he just hits the ground.
It's that scene, that beginning scene in the first Raid movie where he just like absolutely demolishes the first dude he comes across for no real reason.
Yeah.
Just some absolute jobber he just decides is going to get the worst day of his life. And that's my turn.
Okay. This guy is dead, so no longer gets a turn. You do see that the guard you currently have restrained shouts out straight through the door. The madam has been attacked! Call the other houses! That's his bonus action. Action is going to try to cast something. You do see him moving his hands, but currently restrained, but he's still able to wiggle his fingers as is all his needs.
Counterspell.
Okay, what level?
3rd.
Okay, works. All he was doing is casting, blinking on the word, but he can only get 30 feet away. Misty Step, thank you. Me?
Misty
You're welcome,
Step?
me. Yes. Counters
Hey,
it
I'm not
immediately.
you.
I know, I said it before you. Anyways, counters it immediately. All he has left is movement, can't really move, so that is his turn. Thane. Oh, wait, sorry. He would have said, the madam is under attack by the king, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. You already know what he's going to say.
Nah, he didn't say that. He said what you said first, so you can't text back.
I'm sure we've taken enough back. Give it to
Yeah,
Yeah.
so shut up.
Let's not go down that road.
I was being funny.
I know.
Alright, I'm gonna move around. 50. Step over this dude onto this dude's body and look through the door. Down both hallways and see if anybody's here can hear that.
Again, you're on the second floor like it was the main chamber room study. So there is a hallway to the left, right, and like downstairs. Anyone within earshot could have heard that. Go ahead and roll what passive perception?
13.
Okay. You do see a few like chambermaids here and there, like running away. They probably won't be fighting. But you do see a guard like in the left-hand corner where the weaponry is, currently speaking with someone nearby and rushing through that hallway.
How close are they?
Not that far away, like 30, 35 feet.
Okay. And you said there's 2 of them?
He's talking with someone that you can't currently see. Those are the ones currently visible to you with your passive perception. There could be more.
I'm gonna move. Okay, so I moved 15 feet to here. I'm going to move 15 more feet out so I can see.
Okay. You go out to see, and you can tell that there are 2 other guards with him, or at least 2 other sentries there, heading towards that direction, but haven't moved just yet. You do see like chambermaids and all that stuff moving away, and you do see someone already barreled out the door, roughly 40 feet away.
Already out the door within.
That's a good point. Let me roll for it.
Because, I mean, this is 6 seconds from when he just said that.
Natural 20. Already through the door.
How far is he from me?
40 feet.
Alright.
I would have given it to you, but natural 20 is a natural 20.
I'm gonna look
throwing weapons.
back at Aster and say, you got this, right?
I will be fine.
Choking a man out.
I point down at the gentleman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 60 feet.
Running away.
Point.
And you just watch this little black dot appear right on his shoulder. And I'm casting Gravity Sinkhole.
Okay. Don't know that spell. Post. Gravity Sinkhole, a 20-foot radius sphere of crushing force forms a point you can see within the range. Who keeps typing things? Range creature in the area. Each creature in the sphere must make a Constitution saving throw or failed save, takes 5d10 force damage, and is pulled in a straight line forwards. Center of the sphere.
Towards the center of the sphere. I'm putting it 20 feet from him, so he's gonna get caught right at the edge.
In front of him or behind him?
Behind him.
Okay.
Closer towards the house.
Yeah. Towards the center of the sphere, ending in occupied space. Even the space air. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pulled. Okay, cool. Radius sphere.
And it's like up in the air, so
I don't think anyone's currently nearby, so you should be fine unless you don't care about casualties.
Well, he did mention he wants to destroy this whole city, so...
That's true. And only Yoko cares about the slaves, so that's fine.
So he needs to
Aster also cares about the slaves. He just wasn't vocal about it.
Only one that's been vocal. Thank you, Aster, for caring about people.
So...
let's see. Constitution save. Well, they have decent con, but they don't have proficiency. It's only +3. That's a 20.
They still take...
So he gets, like, grinded down by the gravity and takes half damage. What's the damage?
28.
Not enough to kill him, but definitely enough to hurt him. Like, his back is rendered with, like, the gravity scarring into his flesh while he runs.
Okay, Twin Spell can't be used with AoE spells, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Or spells that target multiple creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or can target multiple creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Like Magic Missile.
Yep. You want to take down like a random person in the street? Like, if I can't take him, I'll take out this random person.
Are you trying to twin spell or quicken spell?
I don't have quicken spell. I don't think.
And it's twin.
What?
I have
A
twin spell and
sorcerer without quicken spell?
I have twin
Happens.
spell and transmuted spell.
Yeah.
I gotta say, subtle spell, very overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I don't like about sorcerers is they don't get enough meta magic options, like be worthwhile.
Well, you can take the feat that gives you 2 more, I think.
No, it's 1 more. And because I cast the spell, I'm gonna move 10 more feet closer to him.
Okay. You hop over the fence, going onto the first floor. You don't take any damage. It's not that tall. And you move 5 more feet.
10 more feet.
You moving over is 5 feet. 5 after that is 10.
Flying.
Oh, you're flying.
Mm-hmm. I can fly with this movement.
You hover into the air 10 feet forwards. Okay. Yoko.
Does this lady look readily resurrectable in her current state?
Currently, yes.
With her head and her torso?
Like
I
someone's
mean, all
gonna
the
have
pieces
to.
are still there.
Yeah. Like someone's gonna have to like fix it, but still resurrectable.
Okay, well, I'll remove her head then.
Okay. She's not really struggling, so I'll give you that for a bonus action.
I would hope
swipe
not.
through. Swipe through. You now have the head.
And does it look like she has any obviously magical items on her?
She has a very slim, thin, very tightly knit black dress. Like, there's no real pockets there, because of course there isn't. She does have like a nice bejeweled necklace that has like diamonds, sapphires, and rubies all over it. That seems magical, or at least seems expensive.
Damn, even in
Oh,
matriarchy,
since her
women can't get pockets.
Head is off. The necklace is easy to remove, so I'll
It's covered in blood,
grab
but yeah.
that and yeah, that's no big deal. And toss it in my bag and start going through these. I'm assuming her desk has drawers and stuff.
It does. You grab the necklace, you try to put it in your bag. It does not come off your hand. And then you go through the drawers. There are 3 drawers. The big one and like 2 small drawers to the right of the desk itself.
So you're telling me she was wearing a cursed object, really?
Yeah.
Just probably a manageable curse.
Yeah. Like, it's not killing
We'll
Yoko.
find out.
I'm not saying she's dying.
I'm just
So
saying.
I'll just go through the drawers top to bottom.
Yeah. The first drawer, big one, I'm going to assume you take it because obviously you looked at the big drawers first. It's a sliding drawer. You open it, and inside is like a filigree of paperwork here and there. A lot of documents in Undercommon. If you read it, you can understand that it's a lot of transport, export processes here and there. And a lot of documents dealing with newer technologies.
Well, I can't read Undercommon. I'm just going to take them and toss them in my bag.
Okay. You can open one more drawer, and that'll be your action.
The next one down then.
Okay. You go to the right and do the smaller drawer. So the next one down would be the right one at the top. You open it, and inside seems to be a quill, ink, and what appears to be a small little dagger. It itself is like intertwined with the same emblem of her house, which is, the silver-tipped blade with the spider down. It is the pommel itself. That's what it looks like. And the blade itself seems to be very serrated and very dangerous looking. Is Yoko familiar with the occult?
Probably only as much as your average wizard.
This looks ritualistic. Like you would use this blade to maybe like seal a pact, a contract, or something of that nature.
Okay.
Do you swipe any of it? Quill
Not
ink
this
dagger.
turn.
Okay,
Well, unless I can use Mage Hand to grab it, but
that would be casting.
yeah, I figured since it was the end of my turn.
You still have movement, unless you don't want to go anywhere.
No, I'll stay here.
Okay. Alpani.
Alright. So, should I go help Thane or see what he's doing?
You really don't know what he's doing. He's like, "You got this."
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Okay, sorry.
Party.
Sorry. I did.
See if he needs help. I think we have it handled in here. And I'm just like shaking this dude.
Excuse me.
Currently being choked out. Let's see here. How much did you move, Alpani?
From right up here.
Okay.
Since the tokens are huge.
So you would have moved 15 feet.
Oh, I would have been further on then. I should have been further on because I was going off of. I was measuring differently. Sorry. So I should have been closer to that guy. Then.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're like 20 feet near him. You're like out the door. Unfortunately, I don't remember where you were. So you're like 20 feet from him.
I would have been closer, and then I moved the extra 10 feet because of the storm. My storm thing that allows when I cast a spell, I can.
Okay, like 15 feet away from him then.
Alright. Look out the door and see what's going on.
You look out the door and you can tell like people are scattering everywhere. Some guards you can barely see have like gone down a hallway. What's your passive perception?
High.
How high?
Like 17 high.
Okay, 17 is pretty good. You do see someone like in the very roof of the building itself, like creeping out of the window somewhere nearby, roughly. But then you also see what Thane saw, like handmaidens rushing out towards other doors, a guard heading down a hallway, Thane like moving forwards, going against this one guy that's running down the street.
Wait, is the person creeping out the window or in?
Creeping out.
What does this person look like?
Shadowed, garbed, hood up, can't really see or distinct if they're fae, bred, humanoid. No real discern factors other than classic rogue attire. Except you don't see any weapons on them.
How far from me?
Not that far away, like 15 feet.
Okay, this should be interesting.
Would have been able to get out of here if it was the guard's turn, but it's not.
I'm going to create it right in front of the window, shoving this person back in.
Yeah, that'll work. You conjure wave, crash down, area within the area must 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, easily doable, up to 1 foot, 10 feet tall, sorry. Each creature in that area must dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 4d8 damage, knocked prone. Successful one, a creature takes half as much damage and isn't knocked prone. The water and spreads out across the area. Direction, gushing. Okay, sounds good. Unfortunately, their dexterity is their main feat.
I kind of figured.
Okay. Do, do, do.
I gotta try.
21. They still take half the damage and, are now no longer stealth. So there goes anything. Round it up because I'm going to be nice a little bit. 9 points of damage. The water surges in and immediately he can tell that he's been spotted. Anything else?
What's your little friend gonna do?
Wait a second.
Oh, wait, Pawnee, you have a massive perception check. That's true. Your little friend can do something. I'm not saying they can't. But I'm also going to say that when you rushed out, you took a note of, I want to say Aster, passing him through, and you saw the little piece of paper, your documents to get into the city, half faded away.
Well, that's not good.
If you had to guess, the caster that, made the papers probably died.
I wonder how that happened.
Shame.
Shame.
Yeah, I haven't even killed anyone here. And yet, I'm the murder hobo.
Jesus Christ!
You can magically give yourself a flying speed.
Are we in dim light is my main question.
In Drow Society, absolutely.
Then I'm going to use that. How far up is he?
15 feet.
15? Oh, I can get there, and I have an extra 5 feet.
Okay. He's right in front of the window. So unless you try to push him off, which I don't think you can without an action, you're right next to him.
Well, my little friend here has enough movement to get right here.
Okay. Attack?
He's restrained, so you have advantage.
Yep. 3 attacks.
Wow.
You have advantage.
Thank God, but it's still not enough, is it?
It's not.
Is that enough?
Yes.
So there's 1.
And there's 2.
Just hit.
Yep. So
2d6 plus 10.
thank you for telling me how to use my own stuff. Shut up.
Has he taken any damage? Yes, he has from
33.
punch. Okay. This thing renders into the body. He's not quite dead, but the wind can push him over.
He has 1 hit point, doesn't he?
He has 7.
No. Fuck.
By wind, I mean you guys. I'm pretty sure your minimalist damage from any of you can take him down.
Not for my melee.
Oh, surprising.
Well, I get all kinds of, strength-based weapons. I have a -1 to my strength.
Ah, okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Aster, currently you have this man restrained, he's barely alive. The hound next to you keeps biting into his flesh.
When we walked in, does there seem to be similar houses to this one around?
Not as big, but there are houses. Like, I'm sure you've seen a gated community. While there were
Yes.
no gates here, generally, like, very same kind of people live in the same kind of area. It
What would
won't
be the closest house to this one?
Equivalent size or like actually physically?
Both.
It would be near the other gates. Would be like the size and the gravitas. An actual building that's like right next to it. If you like break one of the windows here, I'm gonna say there's a window to the back room. Like 30 feet that way. It would probably have a bigger backyard than that, but 30 feet that way.
Oh, I have a better idea. I'm just gonna start shaking this man and being like, where is the heads of all the families located? Like, where is the next one?
Intimidation or persuasion?
Intimidation?
Cool. Because Alpani's monster keeps eating him. Roll with advantage.
I'm gonna add a D8.
Not that you need to. Okay, 28. He just looks towards you. They're all around the gates. The main one's in the middle of the city.
Bop.
Thank you.
Yeah, he, like I said, only 7 health left. How do you bring him down?
It's very painless, as thanks. Just rotate his neck 360 degrees.
Very painless. As quickly as possible. Crack. He hits the ground. I'm going to roll a d20. Above 18, something falls. Nope. Just hits the ground. Yes.
Said the framework of some of the buildings is wooden.
Like some here and there, like to show, like, oh, we can. Ironically enough, would be heavily expensive here. So
right. Would I be able to try to use my fire duster to like punch a support and start catching things on fire?
Would Aster know where support beams are in a house?
I mean, they're usually pretty visible.
I'm gonna say it wouldn't be in this room. You have to look for it, but it's possible. Because it looked tacky in a study.
Well, they would want it to be visible, right? Like that's the whole point of it being wood.
Like it wouldn't be hard to find, but it's not gonna be in this room.
Okay, I'll step into the hallway.
Yeah, the main reason why it's not gonna be in this room because I didn't think to put it here.
That's fair.
It's
very honest.
What's your passive perception?
14.
I'm just gonna roll for it. 7. You do see, like, underneath you, there is, like, a structured pattern that indicates there might be a support beam in the not the adjacent room, in the room underneath you, further into the house. Not that far away, but, like, 2 rooms down. Which is like what, 20-ish feet?
Okay, I was gonna say, can I just like swing down over the banister and into the room?
Acrobatics, and yes. You grab on and like you swing in, but you only get like maybe 5 feet. You haven't really attempted this before. You have like 10 more feet.
And punch the banister.
Okay. You come over and punch the banister. Go ahead and roll damage. I'm gonna say it only has like what, 20 health? You punch in, and a good amount of it like breaks immediately. Some of it has caught on fire, but not a good amount. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Guard's dead, but the other guards get to make their turn. While the guard that is running away from Thane, bonus action just shouts out, "The Lady Silver is being attacked. The charge led by the last name Aster gave. King of the Highland." And then for his action, bonus action, sorry, not bonus action, and movement, he just dashes, just shouting all this. I'm just going to see how many people are around to hear this. I'm going to do percentile dice.
1d4.
4 people. All 4 people are like scattered around, but only 4 people heard this, so who's to say they care? But he's still running. He's now, let's see, I said they were 15 feet away from Thane, so that is 30 feet beyond that, 30 feet beyond that. So then now, if math is correct, 75. And then Alpani's assailant, well, technically the person that Alpani is attacking, will take their bonus action to maneuver away Alpani without provoking attack of opportunity to get on the other side of the window. And then mad dash out, so 30 feet, and then action dash out. So another 30 feet. So that is 5 feet, and then a total of 65. So they're now 65 feet away from Alpani. Alpani, you like look through the window, and they're like on another building at this point. Thane. Thane, while you're running over this man, or at least trying to run him over, you do remember that Silver does have a summoner, which was, the people that summon it, that could remove your mark. You could definitely chase this man. That's entirely up to you. But you could also maybe find that summoner at one point or another. It doesn't have to be now.
How sturdy does this guard look?
He's taken a good pot shot to the back, but he can maybe take another couple of damage. I mean, you've already killed one. They have 70 health. He could take a good couple of damages here and there. But not invincible. Invincible.
I'm gonna just move 15 feet so that he's within 60 feet of me.
Yep.
And right on top of his face. You just, oh, hold on. My monitor. There it goes. You just see, you actually visibly see, like, little fairies, sea dragons floating, and you actually see musical notes floating in the air as I cast, Nathar's Mischief.
Nathar's Mischief. 20-foot cube. I was about to say 50.
Around him.
Range, Fey, Draconic Magic. Roll on Mischief Surge table to determine the effect. You can move the cube up to 10 feet before you roll. Mischief Surge. D4. I guess roll your D4. 3.
Each creature in that cube must succeed on a wisdom save or begin giggling until the start of your next turn. A creature is incapacitated and uses all its movement to move in a random direction.
Okay. They're not that... Well, this guard specifically isn't that wise. So that is a 12. Does
So
not
he
pass.
starts giggling and just randomly moving in any directions.
Yeah. You hear a very, like, deep, guttural laugh, like... it does not sound like a drow. But it also... You've never heard a drow laugh, including your wife. So, who knows? Maybe this is how they laugh.
Oh, that's sad.
They're very stoic. But he begins to maybe move left, right, up, down. We'll see on his turn.
Yeah, like it says, he can move down as much as he can.
Potentially, it says random. I'm going to say, like, on his turn, unless he dies, 1 is advance forwards, 2 is go to the right, which there is a building 15 feet at that point. 3 is go left, which there is a building 10 feet at that point. And 4 is just backwards.
Alright.
Okay. Anything else, Thing?
I got a question about this stuff real quick. If I'm concentrating on this spell, do I have to stay within range of the spell?
No.
No. Once it takes effect, as long as you're still continuing to concentrate on it, it should be fine.
Okay, I'm gonna use my other 15 feet to move back in towards the house.
Okay. I'm not trying to get you to not chase this man, but I'm just giving you that information that he was there somewhere.
Oh, I have ways to hit him from this far back. Also.
Okay. Yoko.
I'm
Last
gonna
drawer.
use
And
Mage
the
Hand
item
to start. I think I'll open the last drawer first,
Okay.
and then use Mage Hand to gather up the stuff, if I can.
Yeah. That would be action and bonus action. So you use your mage hand, or you use your own hands to open the last drawer. Inside seem to be like dowling rods. You're not entirely sure what they are. Actually, does Yoko know what dowling rods are?
Do you mean dowsing rods?
Dowsing rods. Thank you, Yoko. I always pronounce it wrong. There are 2 in there. One of them is silver and the other one is platinum.
I guess it would depend on how common they are, and if it's someone with an average wizard education would know about.
It's not really for wizards. Like you've seen this, like in books you might have studied. They're generally used to find things, but it's not exactly your forte. You know they're used to find stuff, and in magic-wise, they're used to find specific things, but unless you've really studied up, you really don't know what specifically these are used for. Could be useful, though. That's all that was on the last drawer. You use your mage hand to collect the dagger, the quill, ink, and the rods. All in the back.
And what's this over here?
It's side
Why
table.
does it have its own box?
Side
Okay.
table. There's a drawer there and a vase with like intricate flower pattern. Yoko, what's your passive perception?
17?
Okay. Do you go look over there?
Yeah, I was planning on it.
Okay. When you get within 5 feet of the actual thing, your passive perception will click in and you can see it. Within the weave pattern of the intricate flower arrangement, you do see a symbol of a draconic origin inside, which generally means, magic symbol that does something. Based off of how it's weaved inside, you can tell that this is a scrying symbol. Where it goes, you're not sure. Probably within, scrying has a range. specifically for these type of symbols, so within 30 feet. If the thing is still active.
So the scrying symbol is like incorporated into the designs on the vase?
Yeah, unless you were like 5 feet on it, no, it's integrated into the flower pattern itself. So unless you were like literally next to it, you would not even seen it.
Okay, so like
Just
it is part of the vase?
basically imagine that there's a vase with flowers in it. In the middle of all those flowers, there's a flower in there that has the scry spell.
Okay. Well, I don't want the flowers.
I'm just letting you know what's there.
Yeah,
There's
well-
also a drawer there.
I'm assuming I can't take any more actions like
You can
put
open
the
it.
vase in my bag of holding or open that drawer.
You can open it, but you can't take anything.
Well, I'll open the drawer and take a look.
You open it, and inside is a music box. You imagine because there's some symbols on there. Often than not, however, you know some drow here and there. Sometimes they have like music boxes, and inside the music boxes themselves, they have like something worth of value to them. It could be money. It could be like some other thing. This is a good find. That's next turn.
Yep.
Apani.
She will move out of the window.
Okay. You move out the window, and this man is now 60 feet away from you. A building to the left of you.
She's flying, so she will move her full 35 feet.
Okay. You get to the other end of that building. So he's on the other side.
So he's what, 30 feet?
Yes.
Kind of look at him and be like, oh, she's going to drop concentration on the summon Fae.
Okay. Aster, out of nowhere, the creature just disappears.
Aster's not there either.
Aster, while you're not there, the creature just disappears.
But she'll look at this man and be like, so, we can do this one of two ways. Either I can transform you into a small creature and bring you back in here, or I can drain all the moisture from your body and kill you.
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd. He looks towards you and like extends his finger out from his mouth, not to like point towards you, but to indicate a tongue. And with his other finger, he like cuts it off. Feigning cut off. He doesn't actually cut off his finger.
You have no tongue.
Shakes.
I-
Nods.
I'm not really wanting to hurt you, especially if you're a slave, which I'm assuming you are if you've had your tongue cut out.
He begins to speak in thieves' cant. Do you speak it? I'm assuming no.
Actually, now I do. For the next hour. Tongues.
I'm gonna ask you guys. I'm fine with it working, but I don't think it works. Does it?
It's usually left to DM discretion.
Okay, I'm totally fine with it working right now. He does state, whether I like it or not, I was second born. My life is indebted to the rest of the family.
Okay, well, like I said, I don't want to hurt you. Are you indebted to this family here that we may have caused issues with?
In Thieves' Camp, they do state, I'm indebted to the ruling class, not one of the families. Which just means, like, the leader, ruler of this specific city.
as you can see, my friends might be doing away with the rolling class here.
They then state, do what you may, but by their own restrictions, I cannot go against them. And Alpani, go ahead and roll insight. I'm going to say that's the remainder of your free actions. Eight.
You always ask for insight on me, and I don't have insight.
You're the one that talks other than Aster. Everyone else is very murder. You can.
Well, I tried to talk to people, but it just never works out.
Because they wanted something from you. And you weren't willing to give. Anyways, from what you can tell, based off of the way they've worded things, it's not that hard to tell, but you're not exactly sure what he specifically is restricted by. Whatever the slaves or people being held against their will have on them, if they go against any of their orders or something of that nature, they are likely susceptible to dying by some means or fashion. You're not entirely sure what, but it could be the collars, it could be something else. But generally, they are fearful for their lives. So even if they wanted to, it doesn't seem they can.
Very well. Run up to your leaders and warn them of what's happened. Who knows, maybe this could be something exciting to watch.
Cryptic. What do you do?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Alpani will... Next turn, she's going to go back in the building, but she'll start to turn away from him.
You do have your action left, so you can just head back 30 feet.
No, my action was tongues.
Oh, that's right. Aster. Right now, you're at the beam, punch! And it's already very heavily cracked. What's Aster's passive perception again?
14.
In the corner, you do see a very old, scarly drow come around the corner. Not to attack you, but he has a whole bunch of books in his hand, frightful. He has a cryptic looking cowl over his main form. Full gray on beard. What's going on? Currently befuddled.
Are you the house summoner?
Yes.
Shame.
What's happening?
I'm gonna punch the beam again so that it finishes catching on fire.
Yep. Roll damage. Yeah, easily. With the last crack, this thing is going to... Aster, go ahead and roll 1d6. +1. In 2 rounds, this main area is going to collapse in itself.
Is that the house we're in
Yes.
right
Yes.
now?
It's also catching fire.
Why?
It's about making a statement.
And Yoko falls on the summoner and kills him.
Aster, what do you do?
How close is the summoner to a window?
He's currently in the hallway where you're currently at, so if he goes around the corner, technically, he's 10 feet away from a window.
Oh, that's a real big shame for this man. I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna grab him.
Okay, you easily get to that area, which is 10 feet from you, so run over, try to grab him. Are you restraining him?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's a roll-off. He's not that strong. He has a -2. That's a 2. You just haven't grappled. Books all aplenty.
And I'm just gonna like run the rest of the way and like shove him into the window.
Are you trying to kill him, or are you just trying to get him out of the?
I'm just it's a threat. It's a threat.
Are you doing
It's,
damage?
Not yet. I do have to do some damage for grappling him though.
Okay. He has some health. He doesn't automatically die. Go ahead. It's not that impossible to do. So you run over, go through the window, and roll intimidation. Like, you better listen after this. That's pretty good. You crash through the window easily enough. Aster, you're out. The man is frightened and scared. He might have wet himself a little bit, but he's willing to listen right now. Anything else?
Unsummon all your beasts.
I can unsummon some of them, but I don't know which ones. I can only summon a few. Unsummon a few. Some of them have been contracted by others.
I don't care if they're contracted or not. You will unsummon all of them.
I can only do the ones that I haven't contracted by others. Basically, just means that if others have helped him, he can only unsummon the ones that he himself personally has done. Anyone else, it'll be weakened, but not fully unsummoned unless it's weakened enough.
Do it.
All right. He begins to like uncast his spells, and like it's not that you see it, but inside of the house, some things begin to disappear here and there. Outside of the house in the city, some other things begin to disappear here and there. And Thane, while you're like going back into the house, like some of the splotches on your form begin to like fade a little bit, but most of them are still there. Anything else?
How many other houses have summoners?
All 5. The branch houses in the main house.
The main house. What are their names?
The
family name.
Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, I forgot I named him this. The Trevor.
I let you go. What are you going to do?
Run for my life? Very honest man.
We're on like the second story?
You're on the ground now because you ran out the window. Well, busted out the window. You're like in the side courtyard to the left. I did say he had some health, but he's like not super healthy.
I just sort of drop him and tell him to scurry.
Okay. You drop him. You hear a splelching sound. He did pee himself, and then he scurries away. Let's see if he drops any of his stuff. He drops like a book. And the man like begins to run away. He's still within attack range if Aster wants to finish off this man, but he's like basically leaving. He's not fighting. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna just finish up the rest of my movement, walk in front of the house, and wait for everyone to gather there with me.
Okay, you're like around the house. You're around the corner, like another 5 feet, and you're in front of the house.
Okay, and then I'll just wait for the others to exit the building or
Okay.
to show up.
Okay, that man's dead. The man that's giggling in the street, like runs towards the right and like hits that building. How long does the laughing last?
lasts as long as I have concentration. He keeps laughing until my next turn, and then I roll again.
Okay, cool.
Only if they're still in the cube.
Yeah, he only moved 10 feet.
He ran 25 feet to the right.
I thought you said the
To the
building that
left
he-
is 10 feet.
and you said the other one was 15. You said 15 and 10.
Sure, I don't care enough. He's still within the cube. Smacks the building. And the one that is next to Alpani, or at least far enough away from Alpani, doesn't attack her. Begins to run, finishes his movement at 60 feet. He's now like 3 buildings away. Uses his bonus action to stealth. And you don't see him anymore. Thane. Thane, you like more or less go back inside. You still see the man like further away, but you also hear a crash.
He's still giggling.
Okay.
He's giggling for another turn.
Still laughing, but in the background you do hear a crash.
He's got to make a wisdom save.
Fails. You already know my rules with saves.
I'm basically way by the gate within range, just watching him, keeping the cube centered on him.
Yeah, you do see that like, the 4 people that were nearby enough to hear him like wander away, like a weirdo is nearby.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah. Okay. So
doesn't say
You-
damage.
you do hear a weird
Yeah.
cracking in the air. You're not exactly sure where to pinpoint it, but you do hear that. Like cracking from like a fire or something like that. Same noise, but no fire.
Yet.
No fire visible.
Alright, I'm gonna like just take my hand and do an underhanded throw close to the ground. Let me see if this will reach first. Yeah. And I'm just gonna throw a 5th level magic missile at him. Like it skeets across the ground. You see these little tiny skulls just apparate from my hand, like smoke starts billowing from my hand.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're within range.
Yeah, 120 feet. So it is how many? Cast 2nd level. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 feet of 7 little skulls that just go and fly straight towards him.
Each one begins to hit and sink in. Go ahead and roll damage. There's like
So
no way of
7.
missing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do this at the with the advance. So that's 7d4 plus 25 points of force damage. Just like bombard him, and he's still giggling because it doesn't say that it breaks the effect of the other spell. So he's just sitting there taking damage.
It sinks into him and he is holding on. Barely, but he is holding on. He's now bloodied. Probably can't take another amount of that much force damage left.
But anyways, that's my turn.
Okay. Yoko, in the background, you do hear like weird cracking noises. And you also hear a crash from downstairs.
Well, I'm gonna use Mage Hand to empty out this vase, then put it in my bag of holding if it'll fit.
Yeah, you drop the flowers out and the water and put it does fit vase into your bag of holding. It is expensive looking. That is true.
And then I'm gonna use it to pick up Mage Hand to pick up the music box too. Put that in my bag.
Swipe, bag.
And is there anything else valuable looking on the tables or in here that looks easily pilferable?
Not easily. There are still some stuff here, but none of it looks like easy enough to pilfer.
Yeah, like paintings or whatever.
There are paintings, but like they're big.
Yeah, but like those wouldn't fit.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I'm gonna
Go for it.
go over to the guards that were at the door.
Yes.
What kind of weapons did they have?
One of them carries like a sickle, and the other one carries a. It's not. I'm blanking on the name. But have you ever seen Aladdin? The blades that the guards carry.
Oh, like a falchion?
They're just scimitars.
I guess scimitar. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but
Scimitar.
those ones were like really fat.
Oh yeah, then
Oh.
that would be kind of a falchion, I suppose.
Like a
Since
little.
it's a sword, I'll
Go for it.
take it and add it to my collection in the bag of holding.
You take it. The other guard carries basically the same thing, so you take it as well.
And then I'll go out into the hall and as close as I can to getting downstairs.
Okay, you said your passive perception was 17, so you get up to the bottom step, and you do hear the cracking, and then you smell some smoke. And that's it.
And I don't have any actions left, do I?
I think you have a bonus action left.
Okay. Then I'll use Step of the Wind to dash as a bonus action
Yeah.
and head for the armory.
That is to the right. Sorry, to the left. So you go towards the area that said armory. You get towards the front door. It's currently opened. And there you see a couple of guards like already weaponed up. Because I literally explained that a while ago. Abani.
All right. She's just going to use her full action to get to the front of the house and kind of just be looking down at everything.
Okay. Passive perception at least a 14.
17.
You smell smoke. You hear the crackling. Alpani, you're a form of nature. You understand it, how it works. Something's on fire in this house. Or in this house.
In her eyes, she's going to blame Yoko because she was the last person she saw use fire to incinerate a body.
That tracks.
But she doesn't really care because it's a drow house.
Evil drow house. Specifically evil.
She is elven. Don't forget that.
That is true.
Only half.
Half is enough.
Yeah. Unfortunately ingrained in culture. Anyways.
But no, she'd get to the end of the house and kind of look down at the front of it, see what's going on there.
Yeah, you do see Yoko rushing towards the left section of the house that does read armory. You do see Thane step back in. You hear a crash in the corner. You assume Aster's doing something with Windows.
I feel typecast.
You're the only one not visible.
I thought he'd moved around to the front already.
Oh yeah, that's true. You poke your head out and you do see like him coming around the corner. You heard the crash a while ago then.